So as you can see, I have 8 figures which are consisting of 7 Godzillas plus a Kong. And the reason why I am doing this review now is just so I can pretty much go and ship this one out because I'm selling it, and plus that I need to catch up with the Mechagodzilla before I get him. So without further ado, let's stop beating around the bush and drop it down. Stop dropping down the bombs, because we're gonna take a look at all the Monsterverse Godzillas that we got so far. And I will explain more for the poster color version. So let's start off with the one that started it all, 2014 Godzilla, the vanilla version. And the reason why I'm talking about this one is because before we got any latest news about the Monsterverse and all others, we got the releases like Gigan, Biolante and such before. But once we heard the news that S.H.MonsterArts is gonna make a 2014, we were all so hyped, or the ones that actually started collecting, because I didn't know it actually existed. Actually, scratch that, I didn't know it by Monster Island bodies. But either who, this was also the biggest hype for everyone, because it's gonna be the 2014 Godzilla, and it was going to be super articulated than the NECA version. But once images dropped and it was released, wow, was it a disappointment. Not to say this figure is bad by any means, it's just that it was hyped as hell and it dropped the bomb so hard. Why? Well, let's go and take a look at the noggin, or at least when it comes to Godzilla. Yeah, as you can see, yes, I have painted it over because I actually did some custom, which I actually did better than the S.H.MonsterArts did, because before it was complete and utter hell. But luckily I actually won this up by eBay for 500 crowns, so which is like 50 bucks, so, or 60 bucks, but that's pretty much a nice deal. But as you can see, yeah, sometimes with a fucking crappy ass lights. Hold on, why haven't I thought about this before? But yeah, as you can see with the lights on right here, come on, focus, yeah, you can see that one eye is different from the other, because yeah, I actually custom made my eye, because that one did not look straight at all. So yeah, there was a big gamble with these kind of releases of 2014 Godzilla, and the biggest issue with him also was that he was floppy as hell. And yeah, if you haven't noticed, it used to pop out, but I super glued it back on, so no longer can it pop out. So yeah, and also the legs couldn't even close in so much. But yeah, that was a big issue with this guy. So other than that, what more issue was it? That's the biggest issue was with the head sculpt, which was not as accurate as the film, because this was more based off the kit concept or concept design, which Yuji Sakai actually took it and actually made it as a S.H.MonsterArts. I gotta say, not too shabby, but we would have wanted a nicer, accurate Godzilla head. But all in all, even and you will also see him as pretty much in the worst list, no joke. But other than that, he looks stunning as a S.H.MonsterArts, with sharp details and ab crowns and such. Yeah, he was very poseable, but also a disappointment due to the quality control issues with the mouth paint, which also motorbot, and the eye placement are horrendous. I'm not gonna talk about the poster color version for for 2014, because that's literally just a vanilla 2014 coated with red Doritos slash Cheeto dust, or with a bit of Takis. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that one because that one is even worse. But I'm gonna talk about that is much better. Is of course his Spitfire brethren, and of course this one is coated in transparent, translucent blue plastic that is very stunning to look at. Absolutely phenomenal and glossy as well. But as for the eyes, how do I say? Not as bad, but it's, yeah, sometimes it's still a gamble. And the mouth detail, I'm still gonna fix that one because, yeah, a little bit cleaner than that one. Well, before I actually did clean it up, but yeah. Other than that, and also the tail is no longer floppy. Well, you still is a bit floppy when you wiggle around hard, but not as hard as, yeah, that. This is literally software. This is literally solid, so that's a big plus. And also, what's also considering the biggest plus for this kind of figure is the inclusion of a beam and a stand. Holy crap, this is phenomenal. Usually this guy would actually have a beam effect, but Bandai scrapped it, and yeah, it was pretty much a pain in the ass. And also something that's literally exclusive to this figure is a severed female Muto head. Literally going to recreate the scene where he's literally roaring up for victory. And it literally is so damn astonishing. Like, holy crap. That's beautiful. But of course, right now I'm just gonna take this. Shove it. There we go. Here, you can have this back. Yeah, I'm literally displaying this guy with Muto head because without it, he was I would literally sell it by no means. Yeah, literally. And also, adjusting the beam. Bada boom. Open up. Bam. Beautiful. So after that, there was no more news about the releases of 2014 or any, well, kind of a remaster of it. But once the last year of 2018 in December, we got the news for the King of the Monsters, and you know this was going to be big. Why? Well, if you remember back in June, I reviewed something that was literally a holy grail to me. And that guy is 2019 Godzilla. And this boy, even to this day, is still my favorite. And yes, sometimes the head does like to pop out, but I don't mind because holy crap, look at this guy. Even if his eye placement is a bit off, he's still a bit, I would say a bit more cleaner than to say his 2014 counterpart. And light. Come on. There we go. Side to side. Hold on. Let me just do. There we go. Yep. My boy. Straight from the film. And yes, the mouth detail is also a bit, well, not as perfect, but considering this is supposed to be a much bigger Godzilla than this guy was, because he was like 108 meters, while this one was like 118, like a little bit taller than Shin, but they had to scale him down just to fit, just like the 2014, and yeah, you can literally see the resemblance, but this is literally not a, well, pretty much a copy-paste like that, but it's literally a new sculpt for this guy. Even though sometimes it does look like it's similar, but trust me, it's really different. And I'm not going to talk about the accessory yet, because there are 3 other Godzillas that has the same similar features. And of course, we're talking about his other skin that is literally, well, what everyone is considered one of the best Godzillas ever. The 2019 poster color version of Godzilla. And yeah, boy, he is stunning. And the reason why I'm also selling him, because, well, one issue I had with this guy is it didn't come with the backdrop. So, plus my financial situation is a little bit off, and I wanted someone to actually love him without a backdrop, but I really need a backdrop, even though it does cost a lot, but that much. So, and plus I'm not the guy really responsible or worthy of it, because holy shit, even then he still looks goddamn beautiful. Everything is just transparent plastic, and even then it looks so goddamn good. Holy crap! It's just pulsing with ooh, ah, wonderful, just wonderful. And don't worry, I will get this guy back eventually in the future. When? Well, we'll just wait and see. But other than that, wonderful figure. Of course, we're gonna take a look at his blueberry, well, frosty, the Godzilla, the event exclusive poster version, which literally is like this guy, but pretty much white. So actually, I mean, both of them pretty much literally the same concept, but one's actually more blue than the other. So yeah, I kind of worry for the sacrifice I actually have this one, because the other one came with something that the other one didn't. Plus also I didn't have the Blu-ray exclusive things because, well, I didn't care for it. So yeah, what's also different with this guy is, if you noticed, that's literally similar to this one, but this one is not similar to this, is the head sculpt. Because, yeah, you notice something. The shape's a bit off. I wonder why. And the mouth doesn't close, and I wonder why. But yeah, other than that, this guy is literally coated in blue. Wonderful. Lights. Wow. Yes, wonderful. And yes, both of them are a bit stiff and are pretty much transparent plastic and are a bit risky of breaking. But yeah, even though this guy is going to get off, if there's no way to get him back, I will coat him in that color eventually, because, well, or actually get him back, but whatever. And now we come to another Godzilla that's literally, well, like this guy, but without any accessories. And now, of course, talking about Burning Godzilla. Hell yeah. This flaming hot boy is literally walking magma. And yes, I know sometimes it's not really 100% accurate, but it is stylish as hell. So yeah, it's very astonishing to see a orange and red colored Godzilla that almost looks like in the film. But also, many have also pointed out there's something that's a bit off, but it's maybe not in my copy, but is that some actually, well, some reported of him actually has some coat of green in him. But don't worry, kids, it's not that they have literally coated in blue or green on this guy. It's just there's some color been mixed. What? Oh, let me explain. I have been on art school before, and also in art class, and I have learned one thing, and that is warm colors. Because when you try to make an artwork or painting of a sunset, you have literally a hot, warm colors, which are literally consistent of red, orange, yellow, and black. Do you see what I'm going with here? In order to get something like that, there's literally like red and yellow combined to get orange, red and black get brown, and so on and so on. So, but you also need to color in some leaves to your tree. But there's no green, because green and blue are literally cold colors. And plus, you cannot add a blue and a yellow together because one is warm but the other is cold. So, your other option, unless you add a tiny drip of black. Yeah, I'm not kidding. When you're literally mixing two colors together, just add a little bit more yellow and a little tiny drip of black, you get a color that's literally called olive green. And I'm not joking. That's actually a thing. Look it up, kids. Anyway, what I'm also trying to say is that what everyone else that doesn't have, that the other doesn't have, is, well, let's just say that 3 of them came with beams. Yep, Vanilla 2019 came with a beam. And I'm just gonna showcase it to one of them, which is literally 2019 vanilla version, because hell, I'm not gonna swap this one out, because if there's one I'm gonna mess more, it's gonna be this guy. All you had to do is just rip his jaw open. Like, don't worry, you need some kind of force, and yeah, that happens, but don't worry, it's my copy, so I have no worries. And then you just angle this bolt joint that's literally tiny, and boom, you get the iconic scene where he's firing up in the air or facing down to fire the beam. But I don't recommend doing that, because that will also, yeah, some others have a little bit stronger joints than the Vanilla 2019. You can do that, but I would not recommend. You will stress the plastic. So I'm just gonna pop that one out. Please back the jaw. Come on, let's go back to the jaw. Come back. Come back. There we go. There we go. So, why am I saying, well, before that these two have different head sculpts than these two? Well, it actually comes a little bit close to a similar release that's literally, well, repaints of these two. Or this one should be released first than the other two, because you remember that Godzilla vs. Kong was originally going to be released in March 2020, but due to certain COVID, it kind of got delayed over and over until well, March 2020 to March 2021, and was released on HBO Max and also all the feeders. So S.H.MonsterArts pretty much, well, in my theory, kind of held back with this release, because this guy has the same head sculpts as these two. And Lord behold, something that's actually going to be a replacement to this guy, because, well, a critique with this guy that's literally same to Spitfire is that he will green out more than ever. So, yeah, that's the reason. But this guy won't. But even if it is not as beautiful as the other, he's still pretty much accurate to what we see. Well, somewhat. I mean, he's still Godzilla, so doesn't matter what. But what's also I need to include is also Kong. Of course, I need to bring up the ape, because, well, this guy actually came with well, optional hands, which are literally default hands, because it does include the reptile claws. This Kong, which I also painted with some metallic paint to be more colorful, is pretty much so damn phenomenal, but also had the biggest issue of being, well, very fragile and also easy to break due to stiff ass joints and loose joints at the same time. But thankfully with the reissue they may fix, or maybe not. But of course he does come with some optional hands like open hands, closed fists, 2 of them, grabby hands for the axe, and of course the knuckle dragger to go pretty much quadruple. So, oh yeah, I forgot about one more feature, which is literally, well, the roaring face. Do the roar. Now that is phenomenal. As for articulation, let's go and take this guy and, well, pretty much all the articulation is pretty much different, but some are pretty much similar than others. But for 2014, he has ab crunch that goes to staff R and up. Pretty much a limited ball joint, cannot look up, and has many articulated features on the tail, but also be careful of the tip. Well, for vanilla, but as for 2019 to 2021, not only in 2024, because that will also indicate that Burning Godzilla, which is 1995, is also 1996, because he was in 1996 and not 1995 when he was released. Whoo, boy. Anyways, unlike him, while he doesn't crunch, he can look up very that far. And I will showcase it while I actually do the articulation when I'm filming them, so we don't go too much farther away. But as for size comparison, I mean, what is there to say? All in all, I would say they are all phenomenal. If you're also including with the, well, Shido poster color version. Well, I would not say that you need to buy all of them. My recommendation is either to pick up one of the 2014s, either the vanilla or, well, Spitfire, well, good luck. Or you can pick up the recent, which is literally the only chance you have now, because this guy go, wow, and this guy, ha! Everyone is going for crazy high price, but you still have the chance for Kong and Godzilla 2021, and so forth. All in all, that's all I have to say. See you all next time, and also, stay honest, and also leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of these reviews. When I'm, well, showcasing more either singular or, well, multiple. But also, stay tuned for more releases of S.H.MonsterArts reviews, because I sure am waiting for Mechagodzilla and Ultima. And the other releases like Final Wars Godzilla, Jet Jaguar from Singular Point, and Hedorah. You know I'm gonna get that Hedorah when I soon get him. I'm not gonna get Ghidorah special color version, because that's literally 2019, but they coated it of gold. And plus I also missed my chance, and also financial budget, and plus Nippon Yasan is pretty much cancelled. See ya.